Hello, in this tutorial video, we will look at 3 ways to request items through Interlibrary loan. To get started, we will be at the Greenville University Ruby E. Dare library website, and we'll click the orange search box in the One Search area of the web page, and that will open the library catalog. I will do my search as an advanced search so that I have a few more options to refine my search. I'll start with everything at GU as my search bucket, searching for the term beekeeping. Oops, if I spell it right, beekeeping. And I'm going to search first for articles published since 2020. And I will scroll down a little bit. There's an option on the left side of this search page to include results with no full text. That gives us a more accurate representation of the research that's been done on our topic. So I've got my, do a search. And the first couple of results indicate that we have access to them through our subscriptions. So I'm going to scroll a little bit farther, and now we see a couple of results that say no online access, but they seem really great for my research, so I'm going to see if I can find them through Interlibrary loan, and I'll click this link, no online access, and I get in the how to get it section of the record, I have a link to the Worldcat database. If I click that, we'll get a new window to open that's searching in Worldcat, which is a global database of library materials. So I scroll back up. This process is a little bit clunky still. We're working on refining it and streamlining it, but for now we can come back to the record and copy and paste the article title from the catalog into this Worldcat search, and it gets us where we're going, even though it's a little bit clunky. So the first result for this article looks like it might be in Spanish. I sadly don't speak Spanish, so I'll scroll down a little bit farther, and the second result looks like it's what I'm looking for and in a language that I can understand. So I will click the title for this one, and there's an orange button comes up on the right, says request item through Interlibrary loan. So if I click this one, the form comes up, and this is where it does autofill with the bibliographic information for our resource. The only part that we need to fill in is when you need it. So if I need this, say within a week or so to get my research completed in time for my project, I would add that date in. My name, first and last, my student ID, and my Greenville University email address are required information. The rest of the fields look like they're filled in, all the required information there, so I would just have to click Submit Request, and that would come to the library here, and we would send that off to be processed through the Worldcat network, and then when that article has been filled, that request has been filled, it will be emailed to you at your Greenville University email address, your student address, and you can retrieve it there. So that's one way that you can request materials through Interlibrary loan. An article, we'll do a couple of different ways for books. So if we come back to our advanced search in the Greenville University catalog and change the material type that we're looking for to books, and repeat our search. Okay, we get our search results. Again, some results that we have access to with our catalog and our subscriptions here, and a couple that we don't. I like what bees want, beekeeping as nature intended. So I'll click again this no online access, and the record will open, the detailed record. And this one kind of looks like we might not be able to get it because it says no available services for this item, but we can still do it. We can still get it. So we're going to copy this title again, just copy that, and we're going to open a new window with the library page, and there's a link to that Worldcat request form. This one opens up blank though, so we will have to go back and forth between our tabs on the record for the item and our request form in order to get it filled out. So I would paste in my book title that I copied from the record, What Bees Want, Beekeeping as Nature Intended, fill out those same forms or form fields at the top for the date that you needed by, name, ID, and email address. But we would also have to fill in the author, publisher, date, ISBN, those other bits of information from the record in the catalog. This form has fields for both articles and books, and they do have required fields. But since we're looking for a book and not an article in this specific request, we would just fill in an NA, not applicable, or no information, or however you want to fill this field in to meet the requirement to have something in it, but to not be confusing to the person who's filling the request. Once you have all of your information in, we click that same orange button at the bottom, Submit Request, and it will come to the library to be processed for interlibrary loan. And you'll get an email in your student email inbox when that material has arrived at the library. The last way that we can do an interlibrary loan request, coming back to the catalog again, closing this record, and we'll go back up to our advanced search options. We're going to change the bucket we're looking in. We're not going to look in everything at GU. We're going to use the I-Share Libraries Network, which is about 100 libraries in the state of Illinois that have agreements to loan materials back and forth between them at no cost. So I've redone my search through the I-Share listing, and we'll scroll down again and see that this What Bees Want, Beekeeping as Nature Intended, that we just looked for and requested through WorldCat shows up in this as well. So if we click Check for Available Services, this one we're actually able to get through the I-Share network. So maybe as you're doing your research, if you come across a book that we don't have here at Greenville and you want to request, try searching for it in the I-Share network, because I think we can get those books, those materials, a little bit more quickly through I-Share than we can through WorldCat. So then we would click this I-Share request form. Sometimes it takes a second for it to come up, but it will autofill. Tells us that our item is available for request. The bibliographic information has been filled out, letting the loaning library know to send it to us here at the Ruby E. Dare Library in Greenville University. And then we would click Send Request at the bottom of this form, and it would send off to be processed. You would again get an email in your student inbox when that material has been delivered to the library, and you can come by and pick it up whenever you get a chance. If you have any questions about any of these three processes for making requests for interlibrary loan, please come by the library and let me know that you're having some questions. We will work through it, and thank you for watching my video.